Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss the Super Mario Bros. Movie, featuring the voices of Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Keegan-Michael Key, Fred Armisen, Seth Rogen, and Charles Martinet, directed by Aaron Hovarth and Michael Jelenic. Now, let me start from the beginning. I have played the games as a kid when I was in the 90s, and I played a lot of Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64 as well as Mario Kart 64. But I've been playing Mario ever since I was a little kid, and I always had fun with them. And I always loved kicking my mother's booty at Mario Kart, as it makes me laugh every time. And I'm still and I have a Nintendo Switch at home, so I think that would be fun to play again, the Super Mario Brothers and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I have seen the movie twice. Once at a midnight showing, which I kind of regret, but I'm glad I saw the movie at that time. And the second time I went was note-taking reasons, obviously, and kids were on spring break then, but it wasn't too bad of a crowd. So let's get into this movie. King Bowser of the Koopas, voiced by Jack Black, gets to the Ice Kingdom to terrorize and blows it up like you saw in the trailer to grab a Power Star and a question block in order to marry Princess Peach, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy, who is the enemy of the Koopas. And I like the opening scene in the trailer and in this movie, as Jack Black is the voice of Bowser, is the best thing about the movie. And I'm a fan of Jack Black. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that guy. And I'll get to Princess Peach when we're introduced to her later in the film. Meanwhile, in Brooklyn, Plumber Brothers Mario, voiced by Chris Pratt with a Brooklyn accent, and Luigi, voiced by Charlie Day, film a commercial together with Italian accents, which I wish they would have kept for the rest of the movie, is something I would prefer instead of Chris Pratt's Brooklyn accent, as it was fine, but the Brooklyn accent has got to go when the sequel comes out. And based on the weekend box office, there is one. And I was super worried about it when I first saw the trailer, but again, he was fine in this movie. I expect Luigi from Charlie Day, as he was perfect. He was the perfect actor to voice him, as they have a guy playing an arcade game named Giuseppe. Forgive me if I said that wrong. Who's voiced by the real Mario himself in the games, Charles Martinet, who I happen to have his autographs. While they have a bully named Spike, who picks on them, and he happens to also be a plumber. While at home, his family was an exception of the mother treating him like a joke, like his father, also voiced by Charles Martinet, as I picked that one up earlier on my first viewing, but not more than Giuseppe. When I caught my and that one I caught when I saw a second viewing, and the rap from the commercial sounded kind of bad mixed with the theme song. While Mario picks a fight and never gives up, which is a thing he'll be doing again and again throughout the movie. And when they get to their first customer and almost fix the plumbing issue, and a mean doggy named Francis tries to make it a tad bit worse, and the family seems to make fun of them quite a bit, while Charles Martinet is great as a cameo as the voice of their father. And I like the story, as it's not that original and it goes by quick, but I'm going with it at this point as it's entertaining me. Brooklyn is flooding as Mario and Luigi jump into the sewer to find the pipe that's flooding Brooklyn, and they get in a secret world in the sewer as they get in a green pipe line in the games. And the score is straight from the levels from the game, while Luigi gets sucked in along with Mario in the green pipe, and Luigi ends up in a haunted house world, which is like that other game, Luigi's Mansion, which I've never played myself, where Bowser is in control and gets attacked by and chased by boned Koopas as some Shy Guys capture him and take him to Bowser, while Mario ends up at the Mushroom Kingdom, where he meets Toad, voiced by Keegan-Michael Key, as he's got the voice of Toad down, but not quite like in the games, I'll say. But he's entertaining in this movie. Toad takes Mario to the castle to visit the princess, and I like the score in the scene, as it's like another couple of levels as he gets to Princess Peach, who's again voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy, who doesn't sound like the Princess Peach in the games, but I go with it as she does good work in this movie, and the animation is impressive, sure. And this movie is very colorful. And I think they did the right thing on making this animated, unlike the 1993 movie, which I've never seen to this day. It may be for the best because, and I tried to find it on streaming, but again, for the best because I hear it's really bad and a bombastic movie. Let's move on. As Princess Peach accepts Mario's request to help find Luigi while she trains him to be a jumper and a fighter, like in the games, and eats one power ups mushroom, after which is another made from mushrooms while he hates mushrooms. And I Need a Hero is playing in the background, and he gets it almost down after one day, and Princess Peach takes him to her mission to only save Luigi to get an army of the Kongs. And I'm having fun with this movie with the game references. Bowser tells Koopas, Goombas, and whatever those things are, which made me laugh as every single time as he tells them they're on the way to marry Princess Peach, which is something I got the impression when I was younger that he was in love with her, and my impression was kind of right, and I was kind of happy about it. Mario and Peach go on their adventure to take Toad with them as they encounter him, and we see while on the way to Kong's palace some Cheep Cheeps and Yoshis with different colors and fire flowers, which made me smile, as this movie is making me smile, and this whole movie made me smile. Bowser sings a song called Peaches that is so popular now thanks to this movie, which did make me laugh while the comic tells him about Mario, not by name, but Bowser squeezes his fingers, which was kind of funny. Luigi is taken to Bowser, interrogating him about by pulling his mustache and throws him in a cage with other prisoners, while Peach, Mario, and Toad get to the Kong land, while Cranky Kong, voiced by Fred Armisen, doesn't want to give up his army while they fly to his kingdom and have a kite parachute, which is like the Mario Kart games, where while Cranky is a character I'm not too familiar with, while he puts his song Donkey Kong, voiced by Seth Rogen, to fight with Mario, and he's a character I'm familiar with, and Seth Rogen is being Seth Rogen as this character, and it's better than any of his R-rated raunchy humor stuff. As Donkey Kong and Mario fights it off, while Mario doesn't give up so easily, as he eats a mushroom that shrinks himself, almost gets a fire flower, but Donkey Kong blows it out, and becomes a cat and beats Donkey Kong while being the cat, which I have seen that power before in the games, and I enjoyed that as it was cute and funny. Mario, Peach, and Toad get their own kingdom, make their own carts, and race back to the Mushroom Kingdom by the Rainbow Road while Bowser is practicing his proposal, and Peach and the ambush and the Kongs get ambushed kind of in the middle of the Rainbow Road and trap the other Kongs in the cages, while Toad, Peach get back to the Mushroom Kingdom, and Mario and Donkey Kong are stuck in an eel together. And I love that scene at the Rainbow Road, as it was reminding me a heck of a lot of Mario Kart 64, when I was young on the Nintendo 64, as it brought me back fond memories. Peach and Toad get back to Mushroom Kingdom while they evacuate the kingdom, and Peach and Toad prepare themselves to fight Bowser while Bowser wants to marry Peach to rule the world, while Peach accepts reluctantly and saves her Toads while the prisoners are to be sacrificed at the wedding, as Mario and Donkey Kong get out of the eel as they're on the way to get Bowser, and as the wedding for Peach and Bowser begins, they lower the prisoners, and Peach punches the comic while she freezes Bowser and fights his minions, while Mario and Donkey Kong, not Daisy Kong, level up to fight the Koopas as Mario becomes a squirrel, and the prisoners along with Luigi almost die until Donkey Kong saves all of their lives, and Mario catches Luigi, and they reunite with Cranky loving Donkey Kong while Bowser accepts the ice and a bullet bill going towards the Mushroom Kingdom, or sends it anyways, while Mario gets it to follow him, and this is so far entertaining me in a fun way. Mario leads the bullet bill to the green pipe and blows itself up, and it shrinks Mario, and it takes them back to Brooklyn to only have the Mario versus Bowser battle, as Bowser almost burns Mario, but Luigi saves his life and becomes brave while going after the Power Star, and both Mario and Luigi get the Power Star and beat up Bowser's army as well as Bowser himself and make him tiny and becomes Peach's pet turtle. And everyone is thankful for the Super Mario Brothers and their friends as they become plumbers again. But in the Mushroom Kingdom, as credits roll, to a mid-credit scene where Bowser is trapped in a cage while singing his song Peaches, in which he sang earlier in the film, and to be interrupted by a guard toad. And more credits roll until a white with green spotted dinosaur egg hatches after the credits. It hatches a Yoshi, and this is way after the credits. And the climax made me want to play the games again, and I'll buy this movie in 4K. Now let's get to the rating, or my rating. I'll give this movie a 7.9 out of 10. I don't care what the other critics are saying about this movie because I found this very entertaining, as some of the actors are great, like Jack Black, and while Chris Pratt doing a Brooklyn accent has got to go by the sequel. And this movie was very fun and quite funny. The animation was great and colorful to look at, as I might buy this movie on 4K because it looks so great. And it's a fun time with the cameos from the games as well as the Charles Martinet. And I smiled throughout the movie. This is a fun time at the movies, but does it need improvements here and there? Yes, but it still is a good time. So this is a recommendation that I'm going to buy the 4K Blu-ray, as there's a lot of fun Easter eggs. And watch this movie if you have played the games like I have myself. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and whenever there's a sequel, let's go!